Hey, welcome to another episode of Most Men. How y'all doing out there? I'm Mark Mahoney. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. Need some comments, boys and girls. Let's go. iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. TheMostMen.com is the website. info@themostmen.com is the email if you want to reach out to us. And we also have jointhemensclub.com. And we are also on Rumble. So come on over to Rumble. Rumble's not censoring anybody, and we can have a hell of a lot more fun over there. We're still like YouTube, but come on. Come over to Rumble. All right. So, Most Man is this is the men's club. Once you join the men's club, so we want you to build better men, and by that, you get your man kit for $99.95. Get your man card, get your man kit, get your man card, get your balls back, get your 12-step recovery program on how to maintain and retain. A bunch of cool swag. I'm going to show some of it off today. But this is the man card with the bottle opener on it. This is heavy as hell. This thing is thick. Okay. Then we got the other man card. You have a choice. Then we have this man card with nothing. A lot less substantial. Okay? But still is a man card. So we got them all. Got some of the swag in here today that I want to show off. But that's what we want. Build better men. But when you get your man kit and your man card, all your swag, you are in the men's club now. You have joined the men's club. That's what it says on the card. Joined the men's club. Jointhemensclub.com, QR code to get in and do whatever you want to do. We're about to get all this merch up on the website, so sit tight. We're this close. So also, this will be in the main kit, but there's these pins, pretty substantial. Nice little pin. Then we got battery suppliers, or what are these called? Battery packs, chargers,
Power
banks. Yeah. So
portable power bank.
Portable power bank, two USB ports, 1 amp output, or 2 amp output. So you got two USBs, so you can charge two phones at once. But this will give one either iPhone or what are you? Android. For all you Androids out there, it'll give you one full charge. It takes 3 hours to charge this thing, but I thought they were pretty cool. We're gonna see if people like these. I don't want to put them in because they're expensive. These things are like $29. And I didn't order a bunch of them, so I just want to see because they're like $30, and that's if I order like 100 of them. That's a lot of fucking money, man. So I want to see if people want them first. But we've done. Tyler can probably pop these things up on there. But we got the tumbler, t-shirt, koozie, and the tumbler. It's a 3-in-1 tumbler. It's a whiskey glass / water, tea, whatever you want to drink out of it. But then it turns into a koozie for a 12-ounce can or a bottle or a water bottle. So pretty cool. And then what else? We have stickers. What else is in there, Tyler? Well, I got it right here. Hang on. Oh, it's coming in a kick-ass this box that we built. See, it comes in a customized box, which is this box is badass. But box, sticker, power bank, pins, tumbler, man card, shirts, koozie. Yeah. But all of it's high quality stuff. So I'm excited. So, how we doing today, Timmy?
Oh, doing well. Rangers play tonight. Got some baseball. Looking forward to that. At least I'm not in Gaza, for God's sake, so I'm gaining on it.
Yeah, they're on fire right now. Yeah, so speaking of, that's kind of the topic of today is not really all of that, but it's just the insanity that's going on in our world right now, and especially in our country, is that, and we touched on this the last podcast, but a lot of people have been talking about lately is with all of our intelligence community, we've got the best intelligence community known to man, right? And how many people we got scattered all over the world?
Well, or so they tell us anyway.
Well,
yeah, I don't know how good they are.
That's the point of this: is how the fuck did this happen? When we're supposedly got our thumb on the pulse of every single fucking thing in the world, but where their thumbs on the pulse is racism, chopping kids up, mutilating kids, and all this LGBTQ, and burying an ex-president just because they don't like him. Because he fucked up their little parade up there. Both of them, both sides. He shut their gravy train down. If he gets back in, their gravy train is back on hold again. And they don't want that. So they're spending all this time trying to destroy him. And
we're paying like 80,000 Homeland Security people to do what?
Sit around with their thumb up their tail.
And get a big fat pension and have health care and all that stuff. Shit I ain't got. And I just scratched a big monster check to pay my taxes, so I get the red ass over that.
Yeah. I mean, so Dan Bongino was talking about this the other day because he was a Secret Service guy for Obama. He didn't agree with Obama's policies. I mean, but that's his job, to protect the president, and that's what he was saying is like, look, somebody should have known something. People talk. They couldn't have done that. I mean, they did, obviously. And here's another thing that was brought up is that we're focused all on this technology and war and all this stuff. Well, look how they did it. They did it with sheer force, and that was it. Zero technology.
Yeah, or low tech. I mean,
yeah, real low tech.
Hang gliders or something.
Yeah, low rent technology is how they did it.
Dick's Sporting Goods and come up with all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Even their binoculars or 10. Yeah. But most man moment is people are walking around with their head up their butt, man. And that shit is here right now. Hey, it scares me that we have that shit going on here now. I wouldn't be wanting to go to any big event right now. Our border's wide open. Canada's wide open.
Yeah, they just had a shooting at the Texas State Fair.
I know.
Not that it was a terrorist thing. It was just some guy, shooting up people that, I don't know, disrespected him or something. But they've got metal detectors to get in, and the guy's in there with a gun. So, I mean, what's with the metal detectors?
He snuck it in the night before, or he's Carnival crew.
Well, my whole point is, all honest people go through the metal detector, and the guy with the gun gets the gun in.
Right.
What's the point of this?
Okay, so that's my point of this whole thing of how did all this shit happen? Okay, but then here we have all this stuff happening. This is it's a war against good and evil. Okay, we're in a battle but within our own government here. We're in a battle. It's good versus evil. That's what it is. The people, you got your sickos, and then you got the people that are still standing for what's right. And what sucks right now is they're winning.
Well, the thing is,
let me say this one thing real quick.
Sure.
Hold that. But,
yep.
Okay, so here all this stuff's going on, right? And look Dallas, Texas. Did you see all those people downtown protesting on the day of what was that day called, Tyler? The day of
Yeah, it was the day of jihad.
Jihad. Did you see that rally that they had?
But they won't call it that. It was the day of anger, or
reckoning, or
Day of rage.
Day of rage. That was jihad. Rage. Hell, I got rage when I'm driving in traffic.
Okay, but look how many people in Dallas we have right here. And we're supposed to, you got all this shit going on, and that's how many people are going to go down there and protest for, the day of jihad? So go back to what you were going to say, but that's what I'm saying. How can we miss out on all this shit?
Well, what I was going to say about your point of you got half the people are wackos and the other half are such and such. What's funny is the people that are deemed wackos, they think the other half's wacko. See, the other half thinks the other half's the wacko, where – like when we have an election now, so when Trump got elected, it wasn't, well, he won by a little bit. He's our president. It was, oh, dear God, the frickin' end of the earth. Then Biden gets elected, and the Republicans weren't saying, well, okay, well, how bad can shit get?
Look.
My point is it's all or nothing in politics nowadays. It's nobody's giving it the, well, okay, well, I'm not totally on board with that policy, but it won't be too bad. People are freaking out that, holy shit, this is the end of everything. Whenever the term, I hear this term all the time now, and it cracks me up, and it's now more than ever. Everything is now more than ever. I literally heard talking about your health. Your health is more important now more than ever. Like, well, I want cancer 5 years ago. I mean, why now more than ever is my health more important?
I got something on that. Is what are they doing to us? Putting in our foods and all this just because it said the FDA. Why is testosterone all of a sudden at all-time lows? All-time lows in younger males. My generation, you didn't probably go through it, dude. Low T is just like normal now. If you haven't ever had low testosterone before, it's fucking miserable, dude. You don't even want to get out of bed.
I hear commercials galore. I mean,
it's true.
It's like a cottage industry.
I was scared to death there was something wrong with me whenever I went. That's when I went to go get checked, and I went and got checked at 29 years old, dude. This happened to me at 29.
And
okay?
Knowing you the way I do, then you didn't just get a little testosterone. It's like, I gotta make up for lost time.
Yeah, oh, boy, did I. Boy, did I.
The pendulum swung on that deal.
Right, and I got Junior to show for it. That fucker was a strong swimmer because we weren't trying to have another kid. He busted through the gates. But man, I'm telling you, I went from that's what my doctor said. I said, man, I'm living on Diet Cokes and seriously, I was living on Diet Cokes. Make it through the day. And then we go home at 5 o'clock and want to take a nap. Every free chance I got, I was like, man, I'm taking a nap. And man, I went in there and he said, so how's your libido? And I was like, libido? What are you talking about? I mean, I would have just said, how's your sex life? But at any rate, I'm like, libido, what do you mean? I said, I'm married with fucking 2 daughters. What do you think? It's not dead, but I mean, a couple times a week. He's like, no, man, you should be going at least a day every day, if not twice a day at your age. And I was like, that sounds great to me. So he's like, all right, I'll be right back. Comes loaded up, and he said, like, all right. He said, tell me how you feel tomorrow morning. And I called him. I said, dude, I'm knocking everything over waist high. The wind, I could drive down, it's like, yeah, like being 16 years old again, like, just like, God, you can't get it out of your head. I mean, so, but that's what I'm saying is yeah, your health now more than ever. What all are they doing to us? This whole COVID thing, what all are they doing?
Yeah, but it's just everything more than ever. Your finances, your retirement, your
But it's kind of true, though, Tim. Look, inflation.
But why is it more than ever? In the 1800s, I mean, people lived to be freaking 40 years old. They were old at 40. They fucking died of toothaches and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody died of cancer back then. They didn't live long enough to get cancer. Other shit picked them off.
Yeah.
You know, but my whole point is it's just a generic catch-all term to sell you something or get you to sign up for something,
or it's just like
now more than ever your marriage is, more, you need to come to this therapist because now more than ever. I mean, it's just a generic horseshit fucking statement. That's just.
I could go on a whole tirade on that. But again, somehow my generation missed all the, but you missed all the bullshit. I mean, you dealt with certain things, okay? But not the shit that we dealt with in our generation. As far as that's when they started laying down these societal fucking rules, like, this generation, we're all going to be stay-at-home moms. And it's like, well, who made that fucking rule? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who? So that's a box I've got to check before we get married, is that I got to be able to provide enough for you to stay at home. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Well, if we're going to get married, I want to make sure I can stay at home and raise the kids. Well, and at first it's like, well, hell yeah, man. It saves on daycare. It makes sense.
But see, in a free society, that's where you got to talk this out. Is it, well, I want to stay home and raise the kids, and you could say, why? Are you too stupid to get a job? Are you too lazy to get a job? Don't you want to get a job? No, I could get a job. I just, blah, 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 and here's my reasons.
No, well, here's the reasons is we saw what was happening with the millennials coming down the pipeline of the daycare raising your kids and the you know what I mean, like school and daycare raising your kids.
See, but that's the right answer then. I don't want my kids being raised by some strangers with, wacko ideas.
But here's the other point behind all that is that why are all these kids now, our generation of kids, they don't respect men. There is no, like, that's when the father was stripped out of the family unit. It was in my generation. We weren't allowed to discipline kids anymore. We weren't allowed to spank. We weren't allowed to discipline because we were too harsh. Okay, and I'll use my kids as an example. And I've got good kids. Okay, but their mother taught them. Their mom taught them how to steal from me.
Jesus.
Just yeah. He's got you know how much cash he's got in his pocket. Go peel you a couple 20s out of there. Come into my coffee shop. Hey, your dad owns this place. Grab whatever you want.
Jesus.
That's
pretty out there.
Yeah. But that was normal. That's what I'm saying. You missed. And you better be patting yourself on the back that you did, because and I'm in the dating world right now, man. I'm telling you. I'm in the dating world, and these women know they fucked up. All these single moms out there and all these single divorced women, they're saying it. They're like, man, because all of a sudden they went from living in their $300,000 or $400,000 house, and now it's apartment time again. And you know what an apartment costs now? Shit, $1,700-$1,800 for maybe a 2-bedroom, maybe. I'm sure there's some shitty apartments, that you're going to get in a,
There's always shitty apartments.
Right, but what I'm getting at
Live on the 4th floor with a freaking roll-away bed. You got to drag up the steps every 6 months.
Well, things are now, I mean, when you say now more than ever, but I'm just saying, like, it's like, shit right now. It is kind of more, not more than ever, but it's, let me make sure my ringer's off.
I'm not saying there's not some things that may not be more than ever, like, nuclear war, well, now more than ever, we could be on the, because you never had nuclear war before 1940.
Okay, well, that's why I brought this up at the beginning, has World War III already begun?
Oh, probably. It's probably been percolating for.
Okay, so that's what I'm
For
saying.
quite a while.
It goes back to the whole testosterone. Why is testosterone? What are they putting in our shit to lower the testosterone? Okay,
Or taken out. Hell, I don't know what it.
right.
Do you
Okay.
do you know what it is? Or do you
Why
have an
why is
idea?
masculinity be taken out of society and this whole trans agenda and all this? Because what if this? And I'm not tinfoil in this whole thing, but just follow what I'm saying here. Okay.
Right.
This doesn't upset Biden at all that all this shit is going on. It's just another day it's just another day at the beach for him. But what if this whole thing, because we see the sickness in our government right now and all the shit that just because the skirt's been blown up, right? We're seeing more of our own corruption here than more than ever, right? We've never seen that's what Trump did, is he opened up the box of what the fuck is really happening here. You know what I mean? Like they're all up there on the gravy train, man. They've been selling us, both sides have been selling us out for years. Okay, so that's my number one question is, do they want World War III? Not just us, everybody. Because they're already trying to lower the population rate. You know what I mean? Like there's less birth right now than ever. Okay? Well, men aren't as horny as they used to be because they got low T. And girls are, I'm a boss bitch. I don't need a man, you know. Y'all are all toxic. Well, how would you feel if you've been chemically neutered? Okay? You've been chemically neutered. And I'm not saying that they're doing this to us, but it sure all keeps pointing the same direction, okay? Low testosterone. Take masculinity out of society. Take the dad out of the head of the household. Women run the household. You know, all this whole now I don't need a man until fucking, you know, something happens. It's like, now you need a man. Oh, they don't need a man until it's time for real shit to go down. Okay? But but my whole point is, has World War III already begun? And do they want World War III? Because every country would make a shit pile of money. And it's who's really driving our government? The military-industrial complex. BlackRock. I'd have to go through the big three. It's BlackRock. Patrick Bet-David did a big where's the most wealth in America and what companies are the most wealthy companies in America, and it's those three companies that are behind the military-industrial complex. So, and those are the donors that get all our politicians' money. The big donors. He did you need to watch some of his shit. He is good. This guy is he is good. When he brings these conversations in, I want to do the same thing. But the purpose for this conversation is, why wouldn't World War III be good for them? The United States is down to make a shit pile of money. Why are they giving all our shit to Ukraine? Because they want to drain our supply. So all of a sudden there's this big demand that we have to start building all this shit because we gave it all to Ukraine. Israel's saying, fuck you, Biden. We don't want you over here. Who would want Biden? Who would want to say, yeah, we're joining with Joe Biden? Yeah, put your diaper on, Biden, and get over here and tell us what to do.
I seen this morning he got off the, Air Force One. I swear to God he came out of the cargo hold, so he'd only have to go down about 4 or 5 steps. Normally you come down the big steps.
Yeah.
He came out of the cargo hold, down some little flight of steps. I guess you could say so a sniper don't get you or something. But
oh, bullshit. That's how Hunter was getting in and out of the...
But he comes out, I swear to God, it was the cargo hold. I guess there's a way to get in there from...
Well, he lost his train of thought again over there.
Top. Yeah, he said that they were on the other team. Did you hear this one?
Well, that's I didn't want... on that, I don't want, because I don't know enough about it, because too much shit went on this morning to where I really couldn't hear what was going on about why his trip got canceled and all that. But Bongino was hitting on a few things that.
Well, no, he canceled a trip to Colorado. He's in Israel right now.
No, but they canceled that over there now too, because he basically.
He's there.
No, he's coming back. They canceled something.
He was going somewhere else.
Yeah, but what I'm
Jordan or
saying,
something. Who knows?
I don't know enough about it, but I'm just saying Bongino is hitting on something like, if you read between the lines, and that's why I like listening to Bongino is he's moved presidents for years, so he knows exactly what goes on when you move presidents around, right? So he knows the little things that tick that it's like, okay, hang on, we're not going because of this. So he's got the needle on why would it be canceled, or why would all of a sudden plans change, and it's basically what he was saying. Is they didn't want him over there. It was just a kind way of saying, let's reschedule this.
I don't know why you'd announce you're going to a war zone anyway. I mean, you figure 1 million rockets would come winging out of everywhere. I mean, one would think.
But that's my question is, has World War III already begun? And it's this whole thing with Biden being, without getting politics, and then why I keep saying we're going to do another show that gets into politics and all that bullshit. But we want to keep on track with most man things. But this is why this is the whole most man moment in this, is we've got to pay attention to what the fuck is going on here, man. There's more going on than just Israel.
Random stupidity.
Yes.
There's got to be a method to the madness, because nobody would intentionally do the shit they do.
No.
You just wouldn't.
Even if you were dumb as a box of rocks, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You'd accidentally do shit better in some aspects of it.
But if we don't wake up as a whole, if we don't wake up, man, these people are gonna. Man, it's scary that can be going on in our or we're just seeing it more now than we've ever seen it. But now we know the whole confusion game, just keeping us tied up in racism, gay, all this trans and gay and all this whatever.
Yeah, fighting over what bathroom to use.
Right.
The rest of the world's fighting over trying to stay alive.
Right. And have they always been doing it this hard? Answer's probably yes. But my biggest question is that what's the has World War III already began? And is this all by design? But here's what scares me the most with our border being open, north and south. My point about those riders and all that stuff all over the United States, it wasn't just here. But I'm just saying, did you see how big those rallies were around the country?
And a lot of them are on college campuses, and you got a bunch of college kids all screaming they want their tuition forgiven.
Yeah, because that ended last week.
How the hell are you going to get people to want to pay their taxes when you got all these college kids saying debt to Israel, debt to, Christianity, Israel,
the Jews.
But yeah, well, the Jews is Israel.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying the Jews.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that, funny in a fucked up way. They're learning how to be knuckleheads in college. Then they want free college. And then they want everybody with a job to pay for their college when they're taking underwater basket weaving and, African American studies. That's like every fifth person majors in African American studies. Where are you going to go get a job? Where does that, how does that apply in the real world to, unless you just teach African American studies? Kind of like philosophy, what do you walk by somebody's office and the guy's just sitting there like this? Like, hey, what are you working on today? You know, hey, I'm philosophizing, man. Nobody gives a shit what you think. Produce something.
Yeah.
Do something. Deliver a refrigerator. Build a refrigerator. Fix an air conditioner. You know? Oh, we're all going to get paid to think. You run out of money pretty quick. But then again, I guess you just print it until, you know, you run out of ink.
Well, and it's just like AI. I mean, I'm all for technology, but I mean, dude, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're building all these robots to go fight our wars and all this kind of shit here. I mean, are they trying to eliminate humanity? You know what I mean? Not like let's doom and gloom. I'm not talking that far, but I'm just saying, why would anybody do shit this fucking bad and stupid? And it's obvious that they are just trying to fuck things up.
One of the biggest mistakes I ever made was when Biden got elected. I thought, well, the economy's going well. I mean, COVID, I knew it wasn't just going to be the end of the earth. And if it was, then who gives a shit? Because it was the end of the earth, right? So I knew life was going to go on. And I thought, there's no way it can get really stupid, really shitty, really fast. I mean, it's gotta kind of like turning a ship around or stopping a train. You know, it just kind of takes a while, and then, you know, it boomerangs back. No, this thing frickin' shot off the tracks, and frickin' it was just the amount of time it went from everything being cool and okay and tolerable to what in the hell just happened. That was the biggest miscalculation of my perception, and I'll go to my grave saying, boy, that's top way up there with just being wronger than shit.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying is look how many people are here that hate this country now. Let's take all the college commies. Let's take all those people out of it. How many terrorists do we have here now that can do exactly what they did over there? Something at one big gathering, the Super Bowl, or you know what I mean, like some big gathering. I mean, what's to say that they're not going to do it here? Like, we've got that shit brewing here. Like, you know, they're going to get us all focused on Israel and everything that's going on here, and then they're going to fucking do it here. That's what I'm saying. Are we that close? And it worries me. Ow, fuck, I just bit my tongue. Sorry. Fuck, that hurt. God. Are we that close here?
You know, I went to the Talladega 500, and you can take a cooler in. So you can't really have a metal detector because everybody's got frickin' aluminum cans, and, you know, it'd take 10 years to get everybody in that racetrack. And me and my kids and my nephew were talking about, you know, what if somebody pulled out a gun and started shooting? I mean,
well, look how many fucking RVs are in the infield. You think that's just big fucking hunks of metal driving on wheels?
Yeah, but a NASCAR race, you wouldn't have to worry about your back as much as it.
Oh, hell no!
Super Bowl or you know, where every walk of life comes together. You got a bunch of drinking rednecks there to watch some NASCAR.
Okay, but my question is, can you conceal and carry in places like that, or do you like sports events and all that? Is that I don't.
The state fair you could if you had a
conceal and carry,
but you had to identify yourself to the cops. They said, but you know normally, you're not allowed to take a gun in where they sell alcohol. That's in Texas anyway.
Yeah,
that's kind of a no-no.
So, but
they sell alcohol at the state fair. So, but maybe they consider that like an open air. Like if you go into a bar, you're not allowed to take a gun in a bar.
Well, that's the last place you need a bunch of dudes with guns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that. So there is a law against that. But like a NASCAR race, I mean, yeah, there's a counter over there selling beer, but people drink 10-1, bringing their own is buying a stupid beer. What are you gonna? Go buy a $12 beer when you can bring in a cooler for free, or $1 a pop at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So everybody's got.
Yeah.
If somebody started shooting, I guarantee, boy, they'd stone them to death with frickin' 12-ounce frickin' cans of unopened beer.
Yeah, well,
beat
that's
you to
what
death.
my question is if they're allowed to conceal and carry in places like that, man, you ain't gonna last very long. Well, look what happened in Vegas at the Jason Aldean concert when that dude mowed down a bunch of people from the what
His
hotel was it?
patio or balcony.
Yeah,
Yeah, how do you defend against that? He's got the high ground and a high-powered rifle, and
but rifles just
Yeah,
fucking
spraying.
unloading on people.
yeah, you got no defense.
Okay, so if we could miss that over there, you're telling me that we're not going to miss it over here? Fuck's going on?
Yeah, how do you stop one gun in a suitcase?
So the most man moment, wake the fuck up. And anybody around you, tell them to wake the fuck up too, man. It's time. The whole point of this conversation, me and Tim say this all the time, is nobody is coming to save you. And the government damn sure ain't coming.
And if they do, it's a bonus. But if you're counting on it, you might be screwing up.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not a prepper. I'm not a the world's coming to an end type of guy, but I'm getting my shit ready. I mean, I've already had a bunch of stuff like survival food and all that. I've already had all that for a while. Just COVID. No toilet paper. I got a bunch of baby wipes, dude. That's how. Well, you remember that freeze we had?
Yeah.
We went with that electricity and water and everything for 6 days.
People's pipes were busting and their whole
Well,
houses
no,
were getting flooded. And
Do you know how wretched you get? Girls and guys in your private areas, if you haven't showered, I mean.
Well, the good news is it's 12 degrees, so you don't sweat as much. The bad
still
news
get-
is it's 12 degrees.
But you still get Fermunda cheese. It's not going to stop the Fermunda cheese.
Little onion crotch.
Yeah. So, dude, that's I bathed with baby wipes and but I'm just saying. Water, toilet paper, baby wipe. I mean, just the basic necessities. I mean,
Well, generally you're not gonna die a heat stroke if you don't have air conditioning. People went without air conditioning for, since the beginning of time until recently, 100 years ago.
yeah.
But you will freeze to death.
Yeah.
Now, old people or people with health issues, yeah. I mean, if they're stuck in 100-some degree, yeah, it's not
not
gonna,
good, yeah.
It's not going to end well.
Oxygen machines, all that, breathing machines.
But we're back to, in the old days, people never even got that old. You don't have AC, you're going to die.
Well, they just
People
died.
died long before they ever got there. That's why people didn't die from not having air conditioning, because they died of toothaches and appendicitis and
Pneumonia.
anything.
Yeah.
Anything. The flu, Hell, now we're all up at, Rite Aid or whatever Hell, you can't throw a rock without hitting a damn Walgreens or a CVS pharmacy or there's over-the-counter drugs for every damn thing.
Okay, but that's same thing. All these prescription drugs that they're just handing out, are they slowly giving everybody cancer through the medications they're giving us? I mean, just because the FDA says it's good doesn't mean it's good. Look at all this shit they spray on our food, how they make. Well, just without going down a rabbit hole.
Okay, now time out, though. But look at all the shit they spray on our food. They do spray a lot of shit on our food. But if they didn't, it'd cost 10 times more and you wouldn't have it because it'd all just frickin' rot in the field
Okay,
before
but
they
I'm
could
talking
get it
about.
anywhere.
I'm talking about. If they can put that in it, I'm fine with that. But I'm just saying, what if they say, okay, well, if you're going to do all this, the pest, blah 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 blah, just add the FDA says y'all need to add this. Now it's a new. Well, what's this? Don't worry about it. The FDA says you got to spray it. Well, Is that lowering my testosterone? Okay, all the all the packaged food or processed food, all the preservatives and all that shit. So I'm saying my generation, we were the kids that went through all that food that they're pumping all the fucking steroids into the chickens and all that was us.
Yeah, you got like a 9-day-old chicken that's huge.
Yeah, looked like Mike Tyson right out of the womb.
Yeah.
I'm going to KFC.
Well, when I was a kid, I remember chickens, like the dark meat was really dark.
Yeah.
And it had a different flavor. And not saying that there's not some of that, but yeah, they've kind of, I don't know if it was genetically engineered that out of the mix or.
Okay, but what's that doing?
Different.
What's that doing to us though? Why is all these kids having this? Well, they're taking testosterone out of males. So that's going to automatically produce people that are just fucked up in general. Well, maybe I'm gay. Well, no. You've been chemically castrated. Not by choice. I'm telling you, if you're I remember having this conversation with a buddy of mine, Chuck, that he's the one that trained me whenever I did all my offshore fishing. He was the one that trained me and showed me everything and gave me all the spots and all that. I just got my testosterone fixed, and he was like, Jesus Christ, who shot you in the ass with diamonds? And I'm like, dude, you need to go, because he had liver cancer, but my low testosterone saved his life, because he was like, who shot you in the ass with diamonds? What's up with all this new? I was like, dude, you need to go get your testosterone checked. And because he always was complaining about being tired. You know what I mean? He's just always tired. I was like, you need to go I just got my testosterone fixed. And he said, dude, he's like, thanks a lot, dickhead. The next time I saw him, he's like, thanks a lot, dickhead. He said, my testosterone's fine. I got fucking cancer. So it did help, but I'm just saying, y'all didn't have to go through that.
Yeah, I remember when you were telling me, Tim, man, you got to go get checked. I'm like, it's fine. No, man, you could take advantage of this.
But I remember my dad.
I ain't doing it.
I used to ask my dad all the time. I'm like, dude, you got a He's like, hell no, man. Doing just fine in that department. You know what I mean? He said this, he's like, dude, he said, man, I'm 50-something years old, and I've never even thought about getting my testosterone checked. I feel fine in that department.
Yeah, I know I've told you this on a previous podcast ages ago, but my wife was talking to some friends of hers, and they're like, oh, well, what medications are you on? And she's,
None.
Well, what's your husband on?
None.
They could not believe.
That's what I'm saying.
60-year-old people, 58 and 60 at the time, whatever, just don't have a freaking cabinet full of that shit.
Yeah, but most man moment, my doctor for me, dude, he's handing me shit that he doesn't even know what he's handing me. When I had that, I had what you call AFib, where I have an irregular heartbeat.
Probably from putting up with me.
Huh?
I give you a heart attack from time to time.
Well, no. Well, that's what they said. Speaking of people putting shit in your doctors, the government, the most man moment right here. Okay, that's what the people said. Speaking of testosterone, all of a sudden, my doctor, he's my testosterone came in a 10cc bottle. My mom's a nurse. It cost me $30, a copay to go in there and for him to, once a week or once every 2 weeks. I said, dude, I can come up with the balls to put that in my thigh or my ass myself. Those needles are 20 cents. I can solve this problem, or I can get my mom to give me the shot, or I can just reach over to my shoulder, and that's what I did. All of a sudden, that testosterone wasn't good enough anymore, and it was $10. $10, and I could buy 50 needles for, $10. Okay. So I'm set for 6 months, 8 months, not 6 months, other 3 months. That'd be a 3-month supply. I mean, of testosterone. Needles forever. But now all of a sudden, that wasn't good enough. And that didn't do anything to the health. Okay, all of a sudden, I had to start taking these pellets. So my prescription went from $10 to $1,200 for him to put these pellets in my ass, in your butt cheek. They cut like a little X. And these things are like the size of Tic Tacs.
I'd have shot you with a pellet gun right in the ass.
Yeah. No. Well, speaking of, that's what it feels like. Is they cut that X, and what they do is they have the needle on this thing is about this long, but it's like a caulking gun. Okay?
Jeez.
To where they stick this probe in you, and they're in there like, click, because they're shooting that tablet into your ass muscle. But it's opening up to where it spreads your muscle enough to where they can shoot the tablet in there. Then they back off, touch again where it's at, and then they... You get like a total of 12 of them, like 3 in this side, 3 in that side, 3 in this side, 3 in this side. And what happens is the blood flow. They do this to women too. Okay? Speaking of Hillary's fupa, that's what gives women the unexplained fupa. Is because they don't have enough testosterone, or their hormone, their estrogen and testosterone levels aren't. One of them's counterbalanced. And same thing with a guy. So for women, it's the fupa. For men, it's the unexplained beer belly. The unexplained beer belly. Like the guys that are like, I don't even drink. And I've got this rock hard fucking belly. So that's the first telltale sign that you got low testosterone is you got this rock hard fucking beer belly. Yeah. That's why women get the fupa. Okay? So, but these pellets were supposed to have the right amount of estrogen and the right amount of testosterone, and your blood flows across these pellets and it dissolves over time, and it lasts like 4 to 6 months. But it's $1,200. This particular testosterone, nobody had a problem with it. Okay? All of a sudden, my doctor's like, oh my God, you need to go donate blood. And I'm like, why? He said, man, you got way too many red blood cells in your blood. He said, you got, like, your blood is thick. You could have, your blood pressure's going up. That's going up. This, that, and the other. So I go to the blood bank, or what is it, Carter, or where?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Carter, yeah. And so your heart beats per minute and your blood pressure has to be a certain rate, or they can't take your blood. Okay, so I went in there and she's like, "Why are you here? You're 40 years old." So my doctor said, I got thick blood. I got to come in here and, and all of a sudden he's like, you got to quit eating red meat and all. I was like, I'm not quitting eating red meat. She said, are you on testosterone? I said, yeah. She goes, yep. She goes, you're just another one of those suckers that are taking them fucking pellets, aren't you? She said, ever since those pellets have came out, everybody's got thick blood and they got to cycle out their red blood platelets. So that's why I think that I had that heart problem. And that's what the doctor said when I was in the hospital. He said, did you ever get on those testosterone pellets? And I said, yeah, for like 4 years. He said, that's probably what did it. So that's what I'm saying. What the fuck are they doing to us?
Yeah.
And every doctor's office from here to Kingdom Come had it on every fuck. You couldn't walk through the front door or the exit or the BioT.
Yeah, radio spots. I heard them galore.
Yeah. Got out of the pellets, BioT, and then all of a sudden, every doctor's office had a BioT expert. Okay?
Yeah.
Why this? I know it's expensive, but this is why you need to be doing it, Blah, 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 blah. It's the estrogen, it's the this, it's the that, it's the... Then all of a sudden, everybody's got... And right in that time frame, did you hear about AFib before? Till the last 5 years? Not really. Hear about heart disease and blah, all that, stroke and all that, but AFib is just a new thing.
Well, I figured it always went on. They just had better ways to detect it, or CAT scans, or EKGs. Now that everybody can check your EKG
Well-
with a phone, and
Well,
so I just assumed that's why it became more prevalent,
well, I'm not saying that's it, but I'm just saying it could be.
or it could be both.
Yeah.
It's easier to find.
Or
and
people were
check
just
and-
fucking stroking out, and that's why they were stroking out, is because they had AFib and they didn't know it. So,
Yeah.
but but that's the whole most man moment in this, is that they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about us.
Well, let me ask you this: I don't take vitamins and such. I piddle with that one thing that gal told me, that holistic
Yeah.
deal. But like if somebody says, well, take vitamin C tablets, and you look at the vitamin C tablet bottle, and it's got 2,000 times the daily,
Yeah.
So let me get this right. I need a hair of vitamin C. Why do I need 20 times my daily allowance of, what's wrong with taking a vitamin so the testosterone, you got 12 pellets in your ass. What's wrong with 2? To give you a little bit of something, not go Hercules freaking bonkers.
Well, because low testosterone does all sorts of things, man.
Well, just get a little bit and,
But when
call
you're-
it good.
But
Because people live without any enhancements.
But once you get it leveled out, and if you'll just maintain exercise, you don't have to take it. But it's just once it goes low, and it's generally because you're not a active person or somebody that works out or whatever. But it naturally lowers. Okay, well, not in your generation it didn't, but in mine.
Well, it does, but just not at the same rate, probably.
Right, but they do have to get you back up, and then once they get you up, then they start bringing you down on your dose.
Who says that? Them fucking experts that every doctor's office had one?
No,
I should have listened to me.
No, blood work.
But my point is, if you can live fine without the shit, why can't you live just a hair better with a hair better of the shit? It'd be like a guy being broke.
Well, you
All
can
right, listen, I'm broke. I got no fucking money. $20 goes a long way. I don't need to get 10,000. Do what it takes to get $10,000. Just give me $20. I can eat for the day, live under the same bridge, be happy as fuck.
This is why not, because when you have low testosterone, when you're low, yeah, dude, you can hardly make it through the day. There's nobody with low T that's going to go, well, I could naturally do this if I'd go exercise. You have zero fucking energy. Zero. I used to have to pull over on the side of the road at 28 years old. At 28 years old, I'd pull over and be like, man, it'll take me a 15-minute power nap or get me a Diet Coke. I've been taking testosterone since I was 29 years old, dude. 29. Taking fucking naps. Taking naps at 29 years old. That's my wife was like, dude, you're going to go and take a nap? What the fuck's wrong with you? But here's the thing. Is that, yes, you can naturally produce it. Once you get up. Now, who says that, once I got up, and it didn't take long. It took probably 3 or 4 shots to get you back up, fill you back up. And then after that happens, because too much is too much. Because when you have too much, that's where these guys, when you have too much, that's where the estrogen in your body, that's why women are bitches. Okay? Well, it's because their emotions are based off their estrogen levels. Okay? So, roid rage and all that is because your estrogen is trying to keep up with how much testosterone you got. You know what I mean? Like, if you take too much testosterone, your estrogen is trying to catch up with that, right? So all of a sudden you're producing more estrogen, and it makes your balls swell, it makes them hurt, and then that's where you get those roid heads. That's what the roid rage is. All that fucking estrogen. coming out. That's what roid rage is too much estrogen. It's not the testosterone. It's the estrogen.
I'm being educated here.
Yeah, because that's where he used to tell me that same doc. But the whole point about my doctor is he got me on all this shit, and I'm going in there to get my blood work done. And he's fucking falling asleep in my room, and I'm like, who needs their fucking blood checked around here, me or you? You know, and he's looking at my prescriptions. He's like, what are you doing taking this? And I said, look at the fucking who prescribed it to me. You shouldn't be taking. He said, how long you been taking this? 6 months. He said, God, it's no one. You could have had a heart attack. And I'm like, oh, fucking thanks. So, but the whole thing about testosterone is that, yes, once you get boosted up, but his whole thing was, Mark, I wanted you to take 1 cc every 10 days. Okay? Well, I went down to like a half to a third to a quarter of a cc because I started feeling that fucking balls hurting, rage, you know what I mean? Like bad mood, popping off at people. I mean, that's what it was. I had too much testosterone, so I started but he got mad at me. That's why all of a sudden I had to go to those pellets. He said, when I prescribe you something, you stick to my prescription. I said, well, dude, I've fucking been climbing the walls with your prescription. I've got too much of that shit in my system. In fact, there's weeks and months where I don't even take any because I'm working out now. I don't need it. I don't need all that shit. And I know when I've got too much. I can feel it. I don't like that feeling.
Well, that's my whole point. If you got a headache and you take a half a aspirin.
But the answer to your question was you have to boost up to get there. You have to. You can't produce that much because your body, but once you get up to that level, you can maintain it with diet and exercise. But
well, my point is sit on the fucking couch and take a half a morsel of the shit once a week and
it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do nothing.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to get But
you already got some in your body. It ain't like you got none.
Okay.
You're just low.
Oh, well,
so no. I'm just topping it off.
No, you're not. I wish you had low T. You'd understand what I'm talking about because it's 100 is non-existent. 900 to 1200 is optimal. That's where you need to be, in between 9 and 12. Once you get over 12, that's when that shit starts happening, what I'm talking about. You get in that 12, 15, 1600 range?
I have no idea what those numbers, what. I mean,
it's your level. That's how they score your level.
Yeah, but I have no. I used to know people. They knew every medicine. This milligram and that milligram. It's like, are you that big of a fucking drug fiend that you know every milligram of every pill that's ever been?
There's my mom's a hypochondriac, dude. She's been sick her whole fucking life.
I think this guy was just a pill head.
No, I'm telling. But there's some people they're just they think my mom, just because she's a nurse, she thinks that, I'm telling you, man, she has talked herself into so many diseases, it's not funny, man. She's had lupus, she's had fucking bang, diabetes. I'm talking
low T, she had low T.
She's had them all, man, and all of a sudden you don't hear about it anymore, and she's on to the next one, and it's like, fuck. When are you really going to get sick? And she wants to go to like MD Anderson and shit, and, that's how far she takes it. And she's a fucking nurse. Working on your kid. My mom was always, here. The doctor said, take this. And I'm like, man, fuck that. Yeah. But my whole point is, what are they doing to us? They're doing something.
Well, and everybody now that the commercial is balance of nature and what's all these, God, there's so many. Balance
It's just
of Nature's
it's
one,
another
and,
supplement scam.
yeah, but I remember there was one on a prominent sports radio station here in the Dallas area, and I forget the product name, but it turned out it was like dissolving everybody's heart freaking valves or something. It was the greatest thing, and then everybody had heart trouble, and that big lawsuits, and they filed bankruptcy, but it was the greatest thing.
No, people are stupid.
You gotta watch out what you're putting in your body, for God's sakes.
Well, Big Pharma wouldn't be Big Pharma if they weren't fucking cashing the fuck in on that.
And I'm not saying Balance of Nature ain't the greatest thing, and then there's the other one. I can't even. I'm just.
Well, if they were all that good, why does nobody not stay on top? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, they come and go. Why the hell does shit come and go?
Because people are stupid. Most men,
Yeah, I got one for you.
most men buy all that bullshit.
Well, here's how you know it's bullshit, or things are bullshit.
Everybody's doing it.
Well,
Fuck that. I don't want no part of it.
Look at the automotive industry. They're all trying like hell to find the car that gets the most gas mileage so they can sell more cars. And why are you going to buy a car that doesn't get great gas mileage? But then they sell all this aftermarket shit. We'll put a chip in it and do this additive and all that. I mean, why wouldn't the manufacturer just do that? Tailgates, you see people with the tailgate. Oh, I took the tailgate off to get better mileage. You don't think Ford, GM, and whoever else, Chrysler, would just make a vehicle without a tailgate to get more gas mileage?
Well, the whole gas mileage thing is the government making them do it. Well, not only that.
But my point is, if all you had to do to get better gas mileage was this, why the fuck wouldn't the manufacturer do it and claim their fucking shit gets better gas mileage? Because it doesn't. And a tailgate on a vehicle, the way the air comes over the cab, it creates a wad of air in there, and then the new air skips right off the top of it.
I've got
so you take that tailgate off, it creates drag, and you get shittier gas mileage.
That's why I bought that truck
Most
out there.
men out there.
Okay, no, so that's the I'll answer that real quick. On the automotive side, look where they make their money: service and parts. That's where they make their money. So they want it. That's why when I went from my Dodge to a Chevy on my diesel. It's because Dodge went through this whole thing where they just choked the whole fucking motor down. And what it did was that's what they're doing to all these new diesels. And these new diesels are $100,000, dude. But they're building all this shit to be choked down, so it's made to blow all these fucking sensors to where they can just take a sensor out and a sensor in, and they just made $1,200.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
When the truck breaks, it's never the truck's broke.
No, it's the sensor.
It's the O2 sensor on a gas car.
Exactly.
It's always.
It's what's made to break. It's just like it. Oh, that's what they say. Once you get past 100,000 miles, that's what. No, that thing's just fucking broken in at 100,000 miles. You just need to go change out all the sensors.
You just need to go buy a 2000 model that doesn't have any sensors.
Why do you think the used truck market is so hot right now? It is so hot. I mean, I'm almost done with that one. Oh, speaking of who fucked this up? Well, I guess COVID, or they used it for a fucking excuse. But no, I'll answer this and then we're going to end it on this because we're So I bought an older truck. I got a 2002. Diesel, million and a half mile truck, and then just tweak a few things and get another million out of it. Okay. But all of these shops that I've been taking my truck to get certain, different things done, these places are full of fix-up jobs. Older trucks, I mean, you know what I mean? Just all the old shit that we grew up on. Everybody's got one, and they're fixing it up because they're tired. They're tired of all this shit, and they're dumping money into them too. They're not doing it original. I mean, they'll rip that bench seat out and put in, captain's chairs, and I mean, they're keeping it
They'll trick it up, modern it, put in
Just
a
modern stuff, but
Bluetooth stereo.
yeah, but they're not killing the whole old vibe. You keep everything original as you can, but get all the new cool stuff in there that gives you your
the
luxury.
creature comforts.
Yeah. So, but listen to this. That SS Junior, I bought my son a Ford Ranger. Dude, do you know how much they want to paint that truck? Went to 4 different paint shops. 4.
Now,
Take a guess.
The $99 Earl Scheib ain't an option anymore, is it?
Wait till I tell you how much it is at Mako.
They were just a little more than the Earl Scheib back in the day.
Take a guess how much they want to paint that fucking truck. This is with no body repairs. It's got little dings and dents and little stuff that needs to be
$2,000,
12.
1,200.
1,000.
What?
Mako wants 4,500 without looking at it. Paint supplies have gone up 300%. I went to 4 different independent.
That's more than the truck cost.
Hello. I am not shitting you, dude. You know how much they want? Because there's no work that needs to be done. That just needs to be.
I'd spray paint that motherfucker before I did that. I would.
I'm not painting it. I'm not spending that much on a fucking paint job. I'm selling that little truck is what I'm going to do. Okay, this guy, this one paint shop that I went to, this guy had, the old Ford Bronco, the original, I don't know what the first one was, but there was a first 2 generations that are still super, super popular. And he had one in there.
From the 70s?
Yeah. The one where you could remove the shell. Well, all of them you could remove the shell, I think. But you know which ones I'm talking about. They're all fucking metal,
Yeah.
Yeah. And this guy paid $35,000 to get that thing painted.
Well, I guess there's.
I said, because that's what he said. That's what the guy said.
Beautiful to be in America where you're allowed to just do dumb shit.
But no. So I asked the guy. I said, well, how much? He said, well, we really don't do that many paint jobs on small trucks like that. And I said, well, just give me a ballpark. He said, $10,000 to $12,000. And I said, well, that's why you're not fucking doing in very many. Nobody's gonna pay that. And he said, well, he just paid that for that Bronco. I was like, you fucking kidding me? No. I went to the next shop. They're not even affiliated with each other. They're independent. These are family operated owned. And this was the owner's son. It's like a father and son business. He's the son's in his 60s now. Take over. They've been there for I don't know 70 60, 70 years. They've been there for a while. And it's in a small town. If they were fucking people, they wouldn't have made it that long. Like, yeah, 10 on the low, 12,000. I was like, dude, you're out of your fucking mind. He said, yeah. He said, you could take it to Mako and you're going to probably spend 5 or 6. And I called Mako and they said minimum 4,500 without looking at it.
I'd drive it no matter what the hell color it was.
I'm telling you, dude.
And we wonder why our insurance rates are so high. So you get a fender bender. Oh, we got to paint it. It's $12,000 to paint a fucking quarter panel.
Do you know how much the new Tahoe? It's not even a 23. It was like I think it was a 21. He told me. He said that headlight cost me $1,350. That one headlight. So that's what I'm saying. Why would the dealership not do that? Because you can't just get that light online. To buy it through GM.
I'd be at the junkyard scrounging.
Oh, me too.
I've been to many junkyards.
Well, I just put all new lights in mine. They're all LED aftermarket lights and all that. And bet you I spent $600-700, and I got the front headlights, the brakes, the side lights, the roof lights, and the brake light in the truck in the bed. Now, don't get me wrong, it's hell trying to find certain ones to fit, like those side lights on the fender. I'd order them, and they'd be a 1/16 of an inch too short. Or the other one would be a 1/2 inch too long. You know what I mean? So you got to send them back. I finally hope I've got the right set tonight when I get home. But yeah. It's crazy, dude. And that...
Yeah, that's why being a dung beetle theory. If you're happy with shit, you win.
Yeah.
I don't need a painted truck that bad. I ain't got to look at it. I'll be sitting at a red light. I'll just paint the hood.
Yeah.
In my mind, my whole damn truck is beautiful. Everybody else can look at that damn thing and you know what? The hell with you. Look at my truck.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's why they don't do it. They make too much money on the other shit. That's why dealerships have all those $7,500 rebate, because they just want you to buy. They want to make a couple $1,000 on the they make their money on the financing up front. Okay, when they give you that invoice number there, saying, we're selling this truck to you $500 over invoice. Yeah, hell of a deal. But it's 6.9% interest rate, so they're making. And they get paid most moment when you buy a new car or truck. That's where the dealership makes their money. Is because when you sign, that's why they have financing in there all fucking day long. Okay? Because they're buying that rate for when they say interest rates 1.9, 2.9% interest rate. It's because they're buying that money at 1.9. It's true. They're getting the interest rate at 1.9 or 2.9, but they're going to sell it to you for 6.9 or 7.9, and that's where they make their money. When they're telling you the interest rates are 2.9, everything on top of that number is theirs, and they get it up front. As soon as that wire transfer, when you drive off the lot, that money's in their account.
And that's also why
you pay interest up front.
They'll give you a year's worth of oil changes or something.
Yeah.
They want your ass to get used to coming back to the mothership.
Yeah.
And then they can say, well,
this
timing chain is, every 60,000 miles on the...
Yeah.
We can handle it. You don't want somebody who's not factory authorized working on this.
Yeah, we're certified authorized. Yeah.
It'll void your warranty if you have a mechanic other than, Mr. Good dildo.
If you don't replace this, you got 5 more. As soon as this one weakens out, you got 5 more. So that's $6,000. So we just go ahead and replace this one right now, and you'll extend the life of those for another 6 years. Yeah. Once one goes, they all go.
My wife plays the dumb housewife. She takes it up there. Like, you got to do this. Oh, I don't know. Let me talk to my husband. She's not the hell with that. She knows what needs to be changed and not changed. She changed all the coil packs in her car one day. She said, my car's running like crap.
Yeah, you told me this.
She changed the coil packs. They wanted $1,200. She did it for, chump change. And so know what to fix and know what needs to be fixed. Yeah, don't go rolling around without changing your oil, but don't just buy everything hook, line, and sinker. There's a most man moment.
Well, and then
know what's important and know what's not important.
Well, and here's the thing. Regular mechanics, like what I've learned on this truck, this new truck, or it's not new, it's a 2002. Man, because they're working on all this old school shit, and here's the thing: their attitude now is that there is none of that shit anymore. It's like you got the battery, the alternator, you got the motor, the carburetor, the fuel pump, injection system. You don't have all this other bullshit. They're like, we can't. This is all we can do. You know what I mean? Like they've had that because it kept changing and changing and changing and changing and changing and changing, right? So that was their whole sales pitch. We got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. Now we're going backwards. They're like, there's nothing else to do. You need U-joints, shocks, serpentine belt, and all this other shit you're adding because you want to, not because you have to. See what I'm saying?
To work on this new shit, you need all these specialty tools to. I mean, nothing's worse than an alternator. What's that? 2-3 bolts and a wiring clip.
Yeah.
You got to take off the frickin' radiator, the smog pump, you got a pile of parts. Looks like you could build another car out of it just to get to the frickin' thing you're trying to change.
Yeah.
In the old days,
it's right there.
You'd have it changed, 2 beers.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. These guys are like, look, that's all we can do. And they're like, this is great because now we can focus on the stuff that really makes us money, is all of our accessories, lift kits, suspension, all the shit that people now that they've got these older vehicles, they've got the money to buy all the cool shit where this shop makes all their money. Make sense?
Yeah.
Their specialty shop is full. Because I had to get my they put all my headlights in yesterday, so I had to go pick it up this morning, and that's why I brought it out. I put the brake light in and I pinched the wire. Well, I was wanting to get them to fix it, so everything else would work but the brake light. So I had to go back there to tell them about it. I said, y'all didn't fix the brake light. I need y'all to fix it. And I said, is this part of over there? He's like, yeah, this is the mechanic side. This is where all of our. I was like, well, he said, yeah, it's empty. He said, because everybody's going back to the old shit, and we fix it, and that's it. Then they go straight over there and spend their extra money. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So watch what they're doing to you. There's a whole manipulation system on the background. Get back to the basics and simple stuff. So, all right. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, themostmen.com. info@themostmen.com is the email. Join the men's club. Get your man card. Get your man kit. Get your balls back. Get your life back. And just maintain, retain, and let's build some better men. Thank y'all. You have a good night.